Hello everybody, this is Rebecca Jane from yogawithrebeccajane.com. Welcome to this 30-minute practice. So this practice is about strength. We're going to be focusing on strength, maximizing, going deeper into our strength today. As you might be able to see, that usually I have just the blue weights, which is quite light, these weights, but I have purchased weights. These are 2 kilograms, while the other ones are about 0.7 kilograms. It's nice to have, and the reason why I chose to increase the weights is there are some things that we do that the lighter weights are not effective at all. There's a limit, because this is a yoga conditioning, to how heavy the weights are. I would say 2 kilograms is probably the most, 3 at the most, for some of the things we do. But you'll see today that I'll be using the lighter weights for some things and then heavier weights for others. You can, if you're still kind of in between using no weights and sometimes use weights, then keep with whatever you have. It's a personal choice. I think it's important that we also know that we can build up if we're feeling like what we're using feels like anything now. So I just wanted to mention that. Okay, and so today, based on the quote from Muhammad Ali, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. This is how he described his way, or his boxing style. We're going to be doing more sting like the bee today. So I thought that was, I love that quote, because that's what we're focusing on this whole week, is how to move like a butterfly using our agility. Enhancing our agility, moving with ease and gracefully, but then at the same time using our strength. So we're going to sit for the first few moments and then do some stretching, and then we're going to do some push-ups, and then we're going to move into some weights, and there's a bunch of things. Mainly focusing on, we'll be doing a lot of standing in this practice today. So let's sit up tall, let's close the eyes. Let's start to connect to the breath. Sting like a bee. Let's begin to notice how the breath moves in and out. Take one more deep breath in. Just reminding people that when you breathe, when you're doing your weight, when we do weight training, we tend to exhale through the mouth rather than through the nose, but always inhale through the nose. Let's open the eyes, let's stretch up through the arms. Let's interlace the hands, spin the palms up, get a nice little stretch towards the ceiling. Take an inhale and then exhale over to the right. And then inhale back to center, over to the left. Come back up nice and tall. Sweep the arms back behind you, interlace. Squeeze and then roll the shoulders in towards each other. Open up the chest. Maybe little sways. And then reach the arms forward. This time interlace the hands, but palms are facing towards you, as if you have a big beach ball between your arms, and then stretch the arms forward, round the spine, chin to chest, hollow out that belly. One of my favorite stretches, it feels so good. And then arms reach up to the sky. Let's bend the right elbow, bring the right hand behind, between your shoulder blades, left hand on top of that elbow. Pull the elbow back and then press it slightly down. Lift your chin so it's parallel. our tendency is to bring our chin down. I want us to lift it up. And let's just stretch over to the left. And breathe in. And out. And let's just come back up nice and tall. Arms reach up. Let's bend your left elbow. Right hand on the elbow. Pull it down. Push it down as if you're trying to get it tightly into the socket of your shoulder. And then pull the arm back slightly and then over to the right. And then release. And just a few little shakes like a butterfly. Ooh. Now we're coming on to hands and knees. So it's important to kind of warm up a little bit before we use weights and, of course, warm down. Let's press into child's pose. A few rocks forward and backwards. Lifting up into all fours and then pressing back. And forward. And back. And this time come forward and circle to the right, counterclockwise Sufi circles. You can make these small, medium, large. Too often you don't warm up enough, and let's just reverse those circles. Now go clockwise. Yeah. So circle to the left. So just warming up. And then coming back, pressing into your child's pose. Curl the toes under if you haven't already. Get stretched through those feet. Push back as if you're about to leap forward. And then inhale, come to all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. Get a nice little stretch here. Bend and straighten. And then coming back to stillness. Let's come into a plank and lower your knees down. Just behind your hips, not underneath your hips. Slide the knees back. We're going to do some push-ups. So open the hands so that I'm going to turn around and face you so you can see what it looks like. And you're going to open the hands about as wide as the mat with the pinky finger touching the edge, maybe even a little wider. And you're going to, when you do the push-up, your elbows angle outward rather than our yogic push-up where it bends inward. Knees back, take an inhale, pull tummy muscles in and up, and then come on down. We're going to do 8 of these. If it's too much, do 4. Take a child's. 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. I've done a few of them already. My arms are tired. And then press back into child's pose, just stretch. We're going to do that again in a little bit, not yet. We're going to come back to that. Just get a nice stretch. Let's inhale back into all fours, curl toes under, exhale, downward facing dog. Get a nice stretch through the legs and take a little walk to the middle of the mat. Bend the knees, wherever your weights are, slide them toward you. So I'm going to start with my heavier weights. So from here, bend the knees, whatever weight you have, and then slowly ease yourself up to standing. So we always come up with the knees bent, even if they're very light, the weights. Okay, we're going to open the feet as wide as the width of the mat and turn them slightly out. So I'll show you from, so just a little turn out of the feet, okay? And what this is, and we're going to squat. So your arms can either be next to you or right at your chest. So I'm going to actually dangle them down next to my sides. Take an inhale and then exhale, sit down into that squat. And then as you lift up, tall, squeeze bottom cheeks. Knee issue people, don't come as far down. And then lift up. So you're exhaling squat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Eight sets. Make sure you're leaning on those heels, not on the toes. One more time. And then lift up. Keep your head up. I was looking down, so don't follow me on that one. So let's stand up tall for a moment. Just walk your feet closer in hip distance. So now they're really shoulder distance. A little bit closer in. Now we're working on inner and outer. Let's just take a moment here. Take a breath in. Notice maybe your heart rate has sped up. So you're getting, not only you're working muscles, you're doing a lot of, your circulatory system is having to jump in and help a lot in these. The heart rate starts to go up. So now we're going back down, this time in with our feet closer together. Take an inhale. You can bring your hands in front of you. You might take one weight. Take an inhale and exhale. Sit down and lift up. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale, lift up. Exhale. Down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Lift up. Exhale. Now, I'm not a lover of squats. I actually say, oh, I'm already, I've had enough. But they're important. They're probably one of the best ways to build up your glute muscles and your core muscles. Let's stand up tall. Let the arms dangle next to your sides. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. Calm the nervous system down. Relax the heart. And now we're going to bring the feet closer together. So now your feet might be almost touching or touching. Bring your hands either next to your sides or at your heart center. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, sit down, and lift up. 1. 2. Squeeze your bottom. Exhale down. 3, I'm sorry. 4. 5. 6, 7, 8. Lift up, let the arms rest next to your sides. Take a moment here, breathing in. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Bend the knees, lower the weights to the ground. Press back into downward facing dog. Take a nice little stretch here. Breathing deeply, inhale. Shake your head no, shake your head yes. Come onto your knees, slide your knees back. Another set of push-ups. So open the hands, maybe it's slightly off the mat this time. So it's half off the mat. And let's bend the elbows. Let's go a little bit wider with the arms. Elbows angle outward, lift up. Down, exhale, inhale, lift. Exhale, down, inhale, lift. Exhale, down, inhale, lift. Exhale, down, inhale, lift. One more time, exhale, down, inhale, lift. Come sit on your heels. Take a little hug. Wrap your left arm on top of the right. Get a look and slide your hands to your shoulder blades. Give yourself a little twist. Give yourself that embrace. Good on you, right, for being here today. Open the arms back out and then right arm on top of the left. Just think, once a week we're adding the weights. The rest of the week is yoga. but still strong and powerful. Let's come back to all fours. Curl toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a little walk towards the front of the mat, so about 3/4 of the way to the front of the mat. Bend the knees. Without weights, lift yourself all the way up to standing. Roll the shoulders back and down. So we're going to do a sequence. The first part is without weights. They're dead lifts with the back leg lifting back into warrior 3. So your arms, so without the weights, but we're going to bring the weights in later. When we bring it all together, you'll see. So this is the first part. So your arms are in front, your back leg lifts up. Make sure your left knee is slightly bent. Bring the arms down and then lift back up. You can tap your right foot next to your left or keep it hovering. 2. Make sure you're breathing. 3. If this is too much with the leg lifting behind you, just bring the legs together. This is a way to practice balance, or do just a few. Woo! One more time, and then bring your right leg next to your left. Do a few little figure eights. Loosen up those hips. This one I like. This one I enjoy. So now we're back. Now our right leg is the standing leg. There's a slight bend to that right knee. Your arms are dangling in front, and then you lift your left leg back. And then back up. Oops. One side will be a little bit easier. Down. 2. 3. Ankles are working. 4. 5. Oops. 6. So if you're kind of falling all over the place, look at me. I'm the teacher. I'm doing the same. And then bring your left foot next to your right. Let's do a few little circles to the ankles. And then come back to stillness. Now we're going to do another thing, and then we're going to bring it all together. So come down and pick up your weights. I'm going to have my lighter weights for this. Actually, I'm going to take my heavy. See how they are, but don't follow me with the heavier weights if you happen to have them. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift the arms up, palms facing forward. But as you lift up, you're going to lift right knee to a 90-degree shape and then bring the arms down. Lift left leg up, arms up simultaneously. So you bring the hands next to your sides. Exhale, lift, inhale, down. Exhale, lift, inhale, down. Exhale, lift, inhale, down. Exhale, lift, inhale, down. One more set. Lift, down, and then lift and down. Do a few little rolls of the shoulders. Now we're going to combine the two. So you're going to hands next to your sides. Front of your thighs, with the weights this time, or you can just put the weights down and do this whole entire sequence without. Soften the left knee, right leg reaches back, warrior 3. Lift back up. Pick your right knee up in front of you, lift the weights up. Bring the hands next to your sides. We'll do one side. Lower the weights down. Pick your right knee up to that 90-degree shape. Deadlift down, warrior 3. And then lift the arms up, lift the knee to that 90-degree shape. Boy, lots of core has to be recruited, all those muscles. One more time. And then lower the right foot down. Do a shake. Shake of those hips. Okay. Now we have the other side. So left leg back, warrior three. So this is my not so stable side. So we'll see how this goes. Lift the left leg up, arms reach. Left leg back. So much harder on doing this on one leg. If this is way too much, forget the legs, just do the arms. I should have told you on the first side. You can feel the heart beginning to speed up a little bit, especially if your weights are a little bit heavier. One more time. So think about agility and mobility just from doing all those types of things. Let's bend the knees, lower the weights down, place them down. Let's do some sways of the hips and the ankles. Take your hands on your thighs. Roll the shoulders, just loosen up. Let's come into a forward fold. Take a moment here, just getting into those, stretching out those legs, stretching out those hips. Breathing in, breathing out. And then gently heel toe those feet, hip distance. Bend those knees, grab hold of your weights, and slowly ease yourself back up. Okay, so from here we're going to do tricep extensions. So you're going to take either one weight or two weights in both hands, and then bring the hands up, and I'll turn around so you can see what I'm doing here. So you lift your hands up and you bend as if you're brushing your back with you have a brush, or a back brush, or a body brush with a long handle. And you're bending and straightening. Lifting and lowering. Lifting and lowering. So now you're working, you should feel the shoulder blades, the scapula, the triceps. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time, and then bring those hands back down next to your sides. Take a pause here. Inhale. Exhale. So from here, I want you to open the feet a little bit wider. We're going to squeeze the elbows into your sides as if they're glued, so you're not going to move those elbows. You're going to take your weights in your hands, and with palms facing together, towards each other. Sit down into a high squat, and then open and close. Exhale, open. Inhale, close. Exhale, open. Close. Open. No swinging here. If you find you're going really fast, your weights might be too light, but even if they are, I want you to slow down. Imagine you're pushing into a wall with the back of those hands. And as you bring them back in, you're pushing into another wall, a cushiony wall. So it's not going to go very far. So just let the arms straighten for a moment. Take a few little side bends. And then we're going to do this again, but the difference is you're going to just squeeze the elbows in just like we did before, but now the palms are facing up. And then we're going to open, so it's just a different, slightly different muscle group. So you can feel the forearms having to work a little harder, less of the shoulder blades, but the shoulders, definitely the pecs still. Your wrists. Slowly in and out. So I'm exploring heavier weights. But again, there's only a limit to how heavy when we're doing yoga conditioning, because we're not doing weight training. You know, with real heavy weights, it's release the hands down and just shake it out. Bend the knees, lower the weights to the ground. Let's come on to our bottoms. We're going to stretch out. Sit on a blanket. Come back to where we started our class. Take your right arm on top of the left. Let's give yourself that hug again. Walk your fingers, if you could get them right at the scapular, that's great. And then I want you to do a few little sways, stretching out those shoulders, those so you're feeling the muscles that hold the shoulder blades together. Let's reopen the arms out to the sides. Let's switch the cross, left arm over the right. Little sways. Let's take the hands, place them on your knees. Let's drop your head so your right ear's over your right shoulder. Get a nice stretch here. You can add on by bringing your right arm, wrapping it around the head. Nuzzle that head into that arm, or nestle it. Little smile just to get rid of the tension in your face, especially after doing a serious weight class. Tends to be very serious. And then let's lift our head up, release that arm. Left head over to the left arm over on the head. Just nuzzle it in, nestle it in, whatever you want to word you want to use. And smile. That's why in yoga they always say smile, probably because we do take things very serious, even though it's not a serious thing. And it also just gets rid of all that tension in the jaw. And then release the hand. Bring the hands back behind you, interlace. Go with the unfamiliar interlace, because I'm sure that we've been using the familiar throughout the class. Squeeze the shoulder blades, open up the chest, so really get a nice stretch in that chest after all those things that we've been doing. And then bring the hands forward. This time interlace the hands, spin the palms forward this time, and round the back. So get a nice stretch in that upper back. This feels really nice. You could take your head and just shake it from side to side. And then gently lift yourself up. Bring your hands to your knees. Take your shoulders to your ears and just drop them down. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift your shoulders to your ears, drop down. 1 more time, lift up and lower. So you have an option of staying in your seat and sitting for the next few moments, or easing yourself onto your back and doing whatever you want. Any kind of stretches, go into Shavasana for a few minutes. This latter part of the class is yours. So for those that have been sitting with me, this might be an opportunity to sit for another few minutes and meditate, because your body is ready. And as I bring my hands in front of my heart to seal this practice, I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, thumbs up. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. Namaste.